Hey y'all, I'm Sydney Johnson and I'm a visual artist and overall creative.
Hi, I'm Shaun. I'm an artist and animator from the UK.
Hey, my name is OG and I am a digital artist and acrylic artist and I own the brand OG Identity.
Growing up, what was your favorite cartoon?
My favorite cartoon is actually coming back, so Proud Family. I had a few, but that was my top one.
Honestly, Gravity Falls. I liked Mabel and Dipper's sibling dynamic, even though some episodes I thought one could be annoying, more annoying than the other, but I understood it because I have a younger sister myself. And then just the fact that they would go, they were dropped off to their great uncle's house and they got to go on adventures. It reminded me of when me and my sister would get dropped off to my grandmother and granddad's house for the summers. We would do our best to keep ourselves entertained. And I like that, just the adventures they went on and the mystical aspect of it. Because fantasy has been one of my favorite genres, to this day.
I'm pretty sure you guys had different ones over there.
I would say we had some different ones, but I watched Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. So I can't say a favorite, but I really liked Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, Sheldon Showdown. When I really liked Impossible, and Winx Club, the Proud Family. Basically, yeah. So I can't pick a favorite.
In what ways, if any, did those cartoons that you watch, like Proud Family or any other ones you watch, influence how you create your work?
When I first started my brand, my brand was a whole different name at first, but when I transitioned to what I do now, it was actually, I called myself OG Penny Proud. So that's what, obviously the Proud Family had a big influence in that. But even in my art style right now, my art style is so different from the Proud Family. I think I do a lot more detailed art, but it's still influenced by that in a way, I guess, just in the way they show Black people and things like that. Definitely just the influence just as far as the pro-Black, just Black.
Yeah.
I would say in one way, I feel the more need to represent Black people within all of my work, because I feel like I can't name a lot of cartoons where I've been able to be okay, yeah, this person looks like me or looks like the people that I know or in my family or anything.
That was more relatable to your actual life.
Yeah, when they do have Black characters, I feel they're kind of just thrown in there just for the sake of it, not necessarily taking the time to really develop the character to be relatable to a Black audience. So yeah, I like to make sure my characters, things they talk about, with the way they look, things accessories, hair care, things like that, are all incorporated into
all realistic, relatable, and it's not something that you feel a white person just wrote this in. It's just really it's something that's authentic and real and that you can see in your everyday lives.
I just want to create more cartoons, not necessarily adult content, but I guess also more teen or young teen, adult, adult swim cartoons or just adult cartoons in general. They kind of have, I don't want to call it ugly, but compared to kids cartoons, they're not as appealing.
Yeah, they're more rough around the edges type of sort of illustration.
So I like to do kid cartoons as well, but also have something for people of my age group who are kind of aging out of that.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart thing, because a lot of people, adults, watch cartoons. If anything, Animation Domination Sunday has told us that adults do watch cartoons. So if anything, I feel that would be a market where you could reach out to and build from, because a lot of people aren't doing that. And I feel that's something big that could be a revolutionary thing. I'm just saying. How long have you been illustrating? Has it always been since you were a child, or was it a new thing for you?
I guess it's kindergarten, but I didn't really start to take it seriously until 4th grade.
So I've been taking it seriously since I was 16.
I've been drawing since I was a kid. So my dad taught me how to draw when I was really young. And that's something I kind of picked up on and off throughout my life. I'm 30 now. So it was years where I didn't draw anything, years where I was drawing. So it's now I've been consistently, this has been my life for the past maybe 5 years, about 5 years of consistent art without me taking one of my my random hiatuses with art.
But it's something you enjoy doing, so it's not something that's right. These oh my God, I gotta go draw this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something, and you do something new every time, pretty much.
Yes. And when I do sit and take those like hiatuses or have my moments where I want to step away from a second, it's usually the business aspect of it. As far as the art, like I said, I love drawing. Like I'm gonna draw every day regardless. Yeah.
We were just doing like art projects in our art class in school. That was like, I guess, mandatory for everyone in our grade. They were selecting what they thought were like the best paintings out of all of us. And I was one of the top 5. And we got to go to like the art competition or display. They displayed our work. And I was just like, wow, like people liked my work, or they considered it good enough for it to be on display and get an award.
And yeah, I just knew it was always something I wanted to do, just based off like all the stuff that I'd see, and I just wanted to like recreate things like in my own way. Obviously, I'd like wanna have my own ideas, kind of be the same as what I see on TV. Just
drawing as a whole was a way for me to express myself without actually having to speak. So, because I was more of a shy kid, it keeps me tied to my inner child. Because it was something I just don't want to lose growing up. Because growing up, it's like, as I'm getting older, even though I'm like only 18 or freshman in college, you can see how hard it is to retain that.
In the real world, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. What fuels the art that you choose to illustrate? So I know you said it's more about relatable characters that you find in your own life, like creating people that you would see on your everyday life as a Black person, but is that the only thing that fuels the characters you create? What other factors may be in play in that decision for you?
Although I do want my characters to be relatable in the sense you feel like, you know, same skin tones, facial features, things like that. I feel like Black people don't get a lot of we don't get a lot of fairies and fantasy and like magic and things like that. Like it's always like
always serious,
a specific way that we're like portrayed. So in my work, I like to really kind of just try a lot of new ideas, like things that you wouldn't necessarily think when you think like Black culture, but you're like, you know, I feel like we deserve a lot of variety within our stuff.
Like I said, the fantasy thing, that's just a thing of me just trying different things, just showing that we can be whatever we want to be, you know. We have like Black women that are into like the goth kind of lifestyle. We have the Black women that are dainty, pretty, and so it's just like I want to show literally we can do it all. You know, we don't have to fit in a box. Yeah, range. The reason why I even draw the way I do, or the fact that I focus solely on Black women, is I know like with my experiences as a teenager and as a kid, you know, I didn't always feel like the most confident Black woman or most beautiful Black woman based on the standards. What really fuels what I do is I draw these different Black women. Like I try to make sure they don't, I have a style, so they look similar in a way, but I try to do the different complexions, different hairstyles, things like that, just to show like we're multifaceted. Like there's so many different looks. Like we see these other ethnicities and people like look at them as exotic, and I feel like we're exotic. Like we look so different. So that's like a big thing that's like influenced in my art. Like even thinking of shows or like said cartoons, you do see like the professional Black woman. If you do see you see the mom, you see like, the kid like Penny Proud, but even then they don't get too risque. They don't get too different. Like, like we have Dejanay with the, the blonde hair, but there's not really the characters that have the nose rings, the guys with the gold grills. Like we don't see any of those other, like, I guess, alternative type of looks or, things like
not
that.
As common as
yeah.
I think they're gonna try to do that in the new Proud family. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're just keeping everything so hush hush. I don't know.
Yeah, we just keep seeing little snippets of things. I'm excited though. I can't wait though.
I will be there.
Yeah. I'm gonna have my popcorn. I'm ready.
Exactly. Get my Prouds next. So, what is your process? Do you like listen to music? Do you watch TV? Like, how do you, when you go in and illustrate, what is that process like for you? How do you create the final project, and how long does it usually take you sometimes?
Sometimes I could do a drawing like 4 hours. Some would have taken me like up to like 20, just because I've been like trying really hard to get a certain look or practicing something.
An hour. if I'm just like sketching or wanting to color the sketch like mindlessly. And then if I want to do like a full blown piece, if I'm not like working all day, then it might take me like 2 to 3 days, depending on how fast I work.
Yeah, this one was 3 hours and 41 minutes. I'll usually see something that's cool, and I'll just kind of like start sketching. A lot of the time, my sketch could start like, I could end completely differently to how it started, or like sometimes I might just see a pose that I like, and I'll just want to sketch something. This drawing that isn't finished, so it's like a sneak peek, I guess.
Exclusive.
This one, I just liked the pose that, like this kind of composition, and I didn't know what I wanted, so I just kept trying loads of different like ideas until I basically got to like a mermaid type thing, and now I like.
Oh, that's cute.
It's not finished though.
That's the aspect of fantasy of, you said, so that's the mermaid, you said? That's going to be the mermaid?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that behind? Oh, that's another mermaid behind it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. She's going to have like a staff kind of thing. Because I was going to just do one in the front, but then I wanted you to be able to see what the rest of her body would look like without having to show you like a full body version of her. So I'm like, let me just show you the body of her.
I kind of have to work when I'm inspired, so I kind of start and stop a lot. But if I'm like zoned in, I usually draw, like if you look at my art, I do a lot of like head to shoulders. Like I can draw full bodies, but I'm lazy and I like head to shoulders.
Yeah.
But for like a simple just head, to neck piece, that could take me like maybe at most maybe 3-4 hours. Okay. It doesn't take me long at all, and that's from sketch all the way to shading, coloring, all of that stuff. If I'm really zoned in, but sometimes I take my time, so it may take me a few days. But and I paint as well. I haven't painted in a minute because I'm lazy. But yeah, my paintings I definitely take longer with those. It may take me.
I mean, those take time. It's not like you can go back and undo. So
yeah, that may take me months.
As for the process, mostly I'll use a reference. So I'll get like a picture reference and then I'll listen to music. Though most of the time I listen to like YouTube videos, ASMR, podcasts, because I love to like listen to people talk. Because then sometimes I can kind of tune them out, and not to like be mean or anything, but it helps me focus. So I'll just like draw, and then by the time I'm halfway done, I'm like, oh, like they're almost done talking. So I have to put together like a whole playlist. And lately I've been listening like ASMR in Spanish because I'm also trying to learn Spanish. So
never looked up ASMR in Spanish. I always look for ASMR and it automatically just pops up English. I never know they made Spanish, but that would make sense. It's probably in every language. So I'll probably look that up later today. What illustration are you most proud of right now?
Dang.
Other than Coraline,
I don't even know. I literally draw every day. So
like to this day, you're just like, you show it to everybody. Oh, you have it on deck. Okay.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I've got my iPad with me, so
you show this to everybody. If like this is your signature.
Well, I have some different favorites, but the one that like truly encompasses my style, I would say, or one of my styles, I would say, is this one.
Is that the one you put out for Bratz? Is that the one you were like, Bratz, I need to illustrate for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that they saw it anyway, but
you never know who's watching. So you literally never know who's watching. So somebody probably looked at it and was like, let's bookmark that and come back to you at a later date. You never know.
I don't even know. It's crazy because it's like the ones that people like are the ones that I'm probably not the most proud of. It's like, you like that? And I have like so much better. I guess like one that comes to mind, I drew a girl, it's like she had like wings, like an angel. And I really love that one. It's called Inner Peace. So she has her eyes closed with her angel wings. And she just looks like she's at peace, just calm. So I think that's kind of one of my favorites right now. And that piece speaks to me a little bit because, like I said, she has the wings and she just looks at peace. And it's like at the time that I drew that, I was just going through things like when it comes to like relationships with like my friends and, running my business. And it's just like, I just wanted just a moment, just for a moment of peace, everything to level out, everything to just do what it's supposed to do. And I just, so that one kind of like means something to me right now. But yeah, it might change next week because I'll draw some tomorrow that I'm like absolutely in love with. So we'll see. But yeah, that's my current favorite.
I guess I didn't really realize how much people, one, loved Coraline, period, and
I'm
two,
one of
would
them.
actually would actually love like my work of Coraline. Because I was like, oh, like my TikTok got a lot of views, and then another got like 1 million views, and I was like, oh wow. And then, but then on the other side of that, like you had love comments and hate comments, so having to filter through those was interesting.
What kind of hate comments did you have?
Like, she's not black, da, 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 da. And other people who are more like genuinely curious, I could see why. But then it's hard to get to those because you're like filtering through like all the noise.
Yeah.
But to all those who love it and are actually genuine or actually genuinely curious, thank you.
That's part of the ups and downs of social media, because you can never filter. It's not like there's a filter for like good and bad. It's always like, it's just a plethora, especially if it's like a big post, like a plethora of people coming at you. I'm just like, goodbye. Like I don't even look at it. So
this piece, I made a phone case and tote bag.
You made a phone case and a bag off of your art. So you're literally showcasing your art wherever you go.
Yes. And if you or anybody you think would like one, I have this as a phone case and a tote bag, and the Coraline one as a phone case, tote bag, and like wall prints. I guess it was one of the first times that I like looked and stared at my artwork, and I felt so warm inside. So I was like wow, like I didn't know I would take it, because sometimes when I'm just drawing, and art is all about like experimentation, like so I had to work out problems and stuff, and then I was like, I love the finished result, because sometimes in art it's like you love your work, you hate your work, you think it's meh, you're not sure if you would post it, but I genuinely loved it, and it was of Sakura and Tsunade from Naruto, and it's inspired by two like Greek mythology pieces. I don't know if you ever heard of Lore Olympus. It's a webtoon. That's where I got the pose from. The story that I took reference from was from a fan fiction that I read. The characters in like Greek mythology and stuff. But I guess it was like one of the first times I was like, wow. And then listening to music putting music with the mood of the art, I was like, wow. And it made me feel more connected to my mom, because I titled it A Mother's Love.
Okay, that's good. Did you show your mom?
I did.
What did she say?
She was like, I love. And I was like, thank you. Like, I know like moms are like, supposed to say that, but I was like, thank you.
Because she's always been supportive of your work and everything.
She's like the one who's like, you need to like, posters are like, you should like come out with a book or like anything like that, and I'm like, yes, I believe you, but I'm also trying to build up the courage at the time. But I do hear and listen to what she's saying, even though sometimes it might not seem like it.
I understand. I completely understand. I mean, because you're on your own path, your own journey as an artist, so it's gonna come with time. So your work is like, it's already good work, so it can only get better from here. What's the one that people like the most from you, that you say you like some of the ones that you don't like?
I just recently did one called Ruby Red, and it's a girl with locks, and she has red locks. And for some reason everybody just loves that one. I'm like, when I drew it, it's like, yeah, she's cute, but
she's a cute girl. I mean, she's not my fave, but
but like people been going crazy, and it's like, well, buy it.
There was one animation that I did for my university project. It's basically about this little girl. She finds a spell book in her attic, and she does the spells, and like there was a part that I really like showing people, because especially black women, because when they see it, I always get like the reaction I like. It's when she basically creates a rain cloud in her room, and so it starts raining inside, and her big afro puffs like shrink down. And like every time I show people that, they're like, yeah,
shrinkage is
really
real.
Like it.
Yeah.
And I love the reaction that I see, like to like people's reactions to my work, especially black women's reactions, because a lot of my work features them. So it's nice to see.
It's always nice when you have your target audience, you know who you're trying to reach, and you get to show them the work, and they're really responsive to it. So that makes you feel like you're doing the right thing.
I definitely really want like to work with series and stuff. Like I have a lot of ideas for series, because I'm always thinking kind of ahead of myself when it comes to all my ideas. I kind of, if I want to draw a character, I'll think of them in like a whole universe kind of thing where they have like their whole like storyline and whatever. But yeah, I definitely want to make.
And you're writing all of this down. I just want to make sure you're writing all this down. You're making sure you haven't, because I hate when you have an idea and it goes somewhere.
I'll show you one of my things. It's not really, I'll just scroll through it so you can see how much what my idea generation looks like. And this is one project that I might think about.
See, that is pure. I can just imagine just scribbling, because you have the ones with the pen where you just like writing stuff down really quickly, and it just, I see.
Yeah.
I wish I had that. But I'd have to have a visual. For me, it has to be visual. It can't just be like writing down like, so what was I gonna do with that? But that's very,
I like to,
very,
draw everything.
Yeah.
I like really rough sketches.
But that's very convenient. I'm glad you write it down. Keep writing them down. Make sure you have those ideas in there, because like just in case somebody comes up, hey, do you have any ideas for any type of like young kids TV show that might be good for like animation? Yeah. I got it right here. Look, it's all right here. But yes.
To anybody who wants to start art or just wants to start something like creative, do it. Don't think about it, because that's like art. When you're doing the actual art, there are going to be times when you're not even thinking about it. Like you're just going to sketch, and then all of a sudden an hour flies by. And please trust the process, because my art didn't always look like this. It looked horrible at the beginning, but it's because you're at the beginning. You know, you always got to start somewhere. So don't let anybody steal your joy or kill your piece that you worked so hard to create, because there are people out there, but you gotta stay true to you and don't abandon yourself. So that's it.